welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be about being mixed, which is me. So in case you haven't noticed, I am mixed, and today is the mix tag video. And if you want to know about me and my ethnic background, then keep on watching. So I found this tag on YouTube as I was looking for something to do. A lot of girls were doing this tag, and at first I didn't want to do it. I was like, yeah, I know I'm mixed, but the way I see it is that everybody's mixed. Everybody's mixed with something. You're not just one pure whatever. We're all mixed with something, and that's the way I see it. So it should be, I feel like it should be the every girl tag or something like that, not just the mixed girl tag. Okay, now that I got that kind of like mini rant out of here, I went ahead and did it because I feel like, why not? You know, I might as well just tell my background, and y'all can learn a little bit more about me as a person and where I come from. So I said, why not? All these questions that I'm going to answer, I have not really thought about it. So if I'm caught a little bit off guard, then forgive me because I haven't really spent time and really thought about it. Okay, so yeah, so there's 10 questions here, and I'm gonna go ahead and get started. What are you mixed with? Well, I'm mixed with Puerto Rican and African American. My father is African American and Native American, with a little, like a quarter of Native American, but mostly African American. My mother is Puerto Rican and white. Yeah, so that's that question. Is your hair curly or straight? Well, as you can see, my hair is a mess, a curly, frizzy mess. This is how it looks when I get out of the shower. I just got done taking a shower, and this is what it looks like when it dries. It's usually when if I comb it,
I'm looking like that full-blown Diana Ross.
Like, yeah, like this is my natural hair. Really tight, curly type of hair, and I don't like it. If you're new to my channel, then you don't know, but if you've been here for a minute, I started in the beginning of this year, so if you've been here for a minute, you know that I have not came on YouTube on my videos with my hair looking like this before. This is in its natural state, and I don't like my hair like this. I did it to show you guys my natural hair as a mixed girl. So yeah, what races have I been mistaken? This is just me, you guys. Like, I'm gonna put a little bitty disclaimer in the description and a little bitty disclaimer in this video. I am not doing this video to offend anyone. This is my personal experience in my personal life, personally. So I'm not doing it to offend anyone out there. I'm not saying that all mixed girls go through this. I'm just saying that I went through this as me, being me. That out of the way, what races have I been mistaken for? I've been mistaken for Chinese. I've been mistaken for Mexican. About being mistaken for Mexican. I'm not Mexican. I don't speak Spanish. I'm not that. So I get mistaken for that all the time. All the time. The assumptions that people just have about me just get on my nerves. It annoys me so bad. Like, I be out and about, and I hold a door open for somebody, and they say, gracias. And I'm like, I speak English, okay? I'm American. It just gets on my nerves all the time. Yeah, so that's that. Was coming from different backgrounds challenging growing up? Yes, very challenging, very. As a child and dealing with other children, we don't know. Like, we were kids, we don't know, you know, when a child sees someone that looks different, they don't know what else to do but to make fun of them. All of us have done it at one point. You know, you see someone different and you either think it in your head or you say it out loud or whatever, whichever one. We've all done it before. We all been there before, and I've had it done to me like my whole childhood. Like, I used to get teased about it constantly, about the way I looked, and I just felt like I was never accepted in one group. When I was younger, it was always black and white. Everything's black or everything's white. There was no in between, but I was in between. And when it came to school and being in between of the black and the white, it's just, I couldn't fit in anywhere. The African American kids would not accept me because I didn't look like them. I was a lot lighter, but I wasn't full on white, you know, and so they wouldn't accept me because I didn't look like them. And the white kids didn't accept me because I wasn't as light as them. And I just felt like, where do I fit in? Where are the kids that look like me? And growing up in my time, which was the 90s, there wasn't a lot of kids that looked like me. There wasn't. There was probably like one or two kids in my classes, in all of the classes that I had from elementary school on to high school. There was hardly anyone that looked like me. It was, like I said, it was just always black and white. And that was very difficult growing up as a child. There was many times where I would go home crying because I got teased. There was many times where, there's a long time where I didn't have any friends because of that issue with it just being black and white and no one looking like me. And the only friends that I could have was friends that looked like me. And like I said, it was like one or two friends at that time in elementary school. And then by the time I hit high school, I had more friends. And at that time, I was able to have more friends, not only that looked like me, but I also had African American friends. I also had white friends. And we all hung out all together. And it was like, it was a learning experience, and it was like the best time of my life when I had my two best friends who are white and black, and we all hung out together. And they didn't care about how I looked. I didn't care about how they looked. We were all just friends. We were all just people. We were all just friends that just wanted to hang out and have fun. That's what it was about. But in elementary school, we're younger, and you don't know. You can't blame the kids for not knowing. So now that I'm an adult and I'm 25 years old now, I know I couldn't blame those kids. But back then, you know, I hated those kids, and it was really hard to deal with. What backgrounds do I embrace the most? I would have to say I embrace the African American side the most. I grew up around on my dad's side with a lot of my dad's side of the family. On my mom's side is a different story. Her side I didn't really know too well. Like I said, I grew up with my dad on my dad's side, and he raised me for the most part. And my mom, her side of the family, weren't too accepting of my dad's side of the family. So there was a separation between my parents, and I ended up going with my father because my mother's side of the family, she lived with her family, and they did not accept me because of the way I looked. And it was very difficult growing up and not having my mother there for me. He cannot accept my father, nor did they accept me. But I wouldn't change the way things turned out for anything. Like I still love my mom, and I love my mom's family and everything like that. I just don't spend a lot of time with them nowadays, and I don't really talk to my mom nowadays either. But when I was growing up, I did see her. We did hang out. You know, I'd go over her house. She had more kids, and I have little sisters and stuff like that. So I did see her. I always saw her. We spent every birthday together. We always hung out. She was a mother to me. I just didn't live in that house. But my father and my dad's side of the family, that is the family that I know. That is the family that I grew up with. So I did not want to leave them. I wanted to stay with them. Have I ever been ashamed of being biracial? There might have been a point in my life when I was younger where I was ashamed of being biracial, only because I didn't feel accepted in anywhere. I didn't feel like I fit in anywhere, and it was very frustrating and confusing at times, and I was very saddened by it. And there might have been a time where I felt like I wish I wasn't biracial. Now, as an adult, as a 25-year-old adult, I feel I embrace it, and I embrace every minute of being biracial, and I love it. As a child, I just was very confused, and now as an adult, I'm not confused anymore. We're in times now where everybody is accepting everybody. There is still some people that are racist, that judge people on the way they look. That's always going to be in the world. However, now times have changed a little bit for the better. I embrace being who I am. Do I feel that being biracial has its benefits? I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that question. Has its benefits? I feel like any race would have its benefits. Now, I know a lot of races go through things in life. However, I just feel like every race has its benefits. What makes being biracial a beautiful thing? The cultural part of being biracial definitely makes it beautiful. The fact that people can come together nowadays and see that being biracial is beautiful in itself, not just by looks, but by the whole cultural backgrounds that comes from being biracial. And the fact that you're gonna pass down that heritage or your culture down to your kids, that has to be like the most beautiful thing ever. Any advice for someone who struggles with being biracial? My advice would be to embrace it. Embrace it no matter how old you are, where you're at in life, and how many mixed races you have in you. Embrace it, because it's beautiful. It is beautiful to have a whole mixture of cultural backgrounds and just be able to like have all this culture inside of you. And not a lot of people have that. Love it. Love you as a person, and love the fact that you have so many different cultures in you. No matter if you have 2 or more, just embrace the fact that you have that and that you pass it on, and it'll just continue to be beautiful forever. So if you have any questions for me that I haven't answered here and you want to ask me more questions, feel free to comment that down below. Please check out the description bar for my disclaimers and everything else. And if you like this video, please subscribe if you haven't, and stick around with me and watch me do all kinds of other videos for you guys. It's all for you guys.
Because I love you guys. Love.
So, like I said, if you like this video, please go ahead and subscribe to your girl, and I will see you guys in my next video.